So we are ready for our chipboard's covering. This is the paper pack that we are going to use for this mini album. I've done my chipboards already. 12 by 12 papers. Just join them together and you're going to do your spine in the middle of the join. I've done all the score tape at the back. I've glued that one down. It's just to save some time. And this one as well. We will burnish our score tape, put a little bit of glue in between, and then we will put it down. I've done my marks already, so I know I'm going to be a little bit of a straight. In between the chipboards, it's a 3/16 of an inch that I've got a space there because I am planning to put flowers in, so I need that little bit of extra. I've got my mark at the top there, so I know that when I put this one down it's going to be straight. We're going to take the score tape, the backing of the score tape off, and you know me, I just do a little bit at a time. That's the only way that I can know that I really will be straight, because that's one of the things in craft for me. It's to be straight. I'm going to hold on to that, and what I'll do, I'll put my corner on this side, and I'm just going to drop it. Just want to hold it here, and I'm on my mark. I can pull this off and pull that off. I said I'm on my mark. I'm a little bit off. So we're going to do this one. I'm just going to burnish. Okay. Ready? Just make sure. I'm going to move my mark a little bit because I was off with that one. Just about a hair. And my mark at the bottom here to see that I'm straight, and I'm putting it down so I can lift that one. Now we are going to go on to our Tyvek. We're going to put our Tyvek. It's like an envelope. We don't get it in the country where I am, but it's available online basically everywhere on the craft stores. So what I've done is I've cut exactly the same length and just 2 pieces. That's very important that you put your score tape on the edge of your chipboard on all the sides. So when you put your Tyvek, it is down and it will not lift. You won't see any gaps. I'm just gonna do what I like to do is do it on the edge of my chipboard, and then I'll do a few on my Tyvek. So I'm gonna do mine, and when I'm done I can show you. I did take the backing off the score tape, and that is, I've just put 2 narrow strips on the edge, and let's put this down. This is just going to make our book very nice and durable. I'm not even. That's better. And now I can take the sides off. And then the side. For the beginners, don't worry, there is paper that's going to come over this to cover this. Now that you see it's all white, that will be all covered with paper. We're going to carry on and doing all around with score tape. So my score tape is done, and we're going to fold this over just to have a nice crease. And when you do that, make sure you're very close to your chipboard all around that side as well. We are very close to the chipboard, and go right through to the edge there, or the end of your paper, and right through to the end of paper. Then we're going to bring this over and we're going to finish that, and we got a square and a square. My trick with this, I'm going to do a pencil, just a dot and a dot, and that's where I am going to cut to. So I'm going to cut on a little angle and on a little angle on that side as well. Not too much. You don't have to come across like that. If you want to, you can do that, but I like little angles, and let me show you what I mean by that. It's up to my dot, and then on this side up to the dot. So I've got a little bit of paper there. You can see if it's gonna focus. Okay, and we can do it on that side as well. On to my dot. Sorry, my workspace is not that big here. And to the dot. We're going to do this side as well. Let me get my pencil, and I'm going to do my dot, and I'm going to do my dot, and I'm going to cut the last one. Turn it. Just want to do another cut here. I think I wasn't even. That's it. So when you fold it over and you fold that over, your angle here, the angle there is, it's quite nice. It's not big, otherwise you come in, if you come in on that side, you expose this whole corner here. Now we're going to do score tape on the side or on the edge right around, and then we're going to fill in on our edge there, the groove, with glue. So with wet glue, when you turn it over, it helps the paper to turn, and then on the edge of the chipboard it will grab and hold it. So I'm going to do mine, and then I can show you. I've got my tape on all around. Now this is about 2 inches wide. If you don't like it and you want to cut an inch off, by all means you can do it. To me it's just waste of paper. I'm not cutting anything. I will it is coming up like that in your book, and I think that's fine. But if you think that is too much for you, you can cut it down. Now let's do the glue, and we're just going to do it in the groove where the score line is, or our fold line that we made. Okay, and then I'm going to on the side and fill it in. And we can do this one together. I'm just going to lift that one. And I'm going to take it over. That's why I like to use this bone folder. It's a little bit wider here, and it helps me. You are going to have to take a little bit of this and on the other side. Then I'm going to do this one as well. And take it over, push it down. And I've got glue on my, and press it down. You see I've got a bubble in there, but that's fine. It's moved it out, smoothed it out. That's all good. Paper is going over that. If you've got a fold, don't worry. Let's bring that one back, and let's bring that one back. Okay, one side is done, and let's do this one. So if you don't want to do the glue, fill in with the glue, and you cut it shorter, you'll be fine. Just lift that a little bit on the other side as well. And then we're going to do this one. Just going to hold it. Okay, burnish it down and burnish it down. That's down. And let's do our sides. So this is the side. So when you do your glue, don't forget to do this, your flap, the side of it, because then it will lie nice and flat. And I'm just going to put a little bit. So when you bring it over, it will look good and lying flat. What I mean there, and that one there. If your corners are sharp points, you can just turn it and it will be gone. if you don't like that sharp corner. And if glue seeping out, just clean it. So that is what I mean. That is that edge there, it's flat, and that's your corner. I've done the other side already, and you can decide which way you want, top, bottom. Maybe that's what I'm going to do. And now we're going to fill this in with paper. You can do this now, or you can, if you want to put your pattern paper on here, you can do that as well, and then put your pages in. I prefer to cover this completely with paper. So I grabbed 2 pieces because one piece is not going to be enough, and this is 2 pieces, and I'm just going to eyeball it, put it on. And now I just want to get something to put underneath. Everything is so black. That's better, so you can see better. So I am going to have on the edge showing just like 1/8 of an inch. You can do a little bit more if you want to, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have just a little border to show, 1/8 of an inch, and that is what I'm going to cut off. If I do it there, and that's probably 1/8 of an inch, or 5/16 that you're going to cut off. So I'm going to do it with both of my paper. I've cut mine down, both pieces. I've put some score tape on the one side, and just going to burnish it, and then I'm going to join them to burnish it. Now let's bring this back to see where we are going to cut. Do it. That's about what I need to do, and my pencil, eyeball it, and that's where I'm going to cut. I'm going to give you the measurements for this if you want to. That will be, that's 12 inches. It's 19 inches and a quarter. 19 inches and a quarter the length, and then the width will be 7 7/8. That way is 7 7/8. And let's put this in the trimmer and cut it down. I'm starting to put my score tape all around, and what I've done is I made 2 pencil marks there. So I measured up with my chipboard, and that is my score line. That is the score line, and in there is the other score line. So that's going to be your fold line when you fold your pages. I've just make a correspondent line there, so I know on this side I need to put my score tape, and I'm going to do the same on here. and just eyeball it. That's it. So I know on both sides of these lines, that's where my score tape is going to go, because that will keep the score line clean. Because if you put it over your line, you're not going to be able to fold your book. And I'm just using the narrow one. I'm just going to turn it and I'll show you. That side and to there. And we do the other side, just a little bit away from the line, just to give some space for your score line. And do this side as well. Just that one also a little bit away. And we can cut it. Now in between you can fill with glue, and I like to do just a long nice strip, and I'm going to do some strips here. You can use a wider tape if you want to, but this is what I've got on hand at the moment. And that's it. I will fill in with glue, and I am going to burnish it very nicely. That is what my one side looks like. You know, I'm not brave enough to take it all off. And let's flip it over, and it should be fine. And I can see I'm on the side of my score lines, so that looks very good. I say score lines, it's where the fold is, or the fold's gonna be for our pages. And then we can lift this and take that one off. Now this one I'm just gonna do half of it, and the top one there I'm also just gonna do half. So this side is done. I can bring this over, and let's just fill it in with our glue. Side here, and bring it down. There's no really very easy way of doing this. You just need to find out what is comfortable for you and how to do it. Oop. You see what I mean? I'll put my hand in the glue, and let's burnish. So you should be good to fold your page, your first one. I just need to grab my other bone folder. So I like to use this Teflon bone folder to do the groove or where the two chipboards meets, and bring it over, and it should be fine. Don't bring this down because that's not how your book is supposed to be. And let's do this one. I've did it a little bit already just to help it, and let's bring it. Now we can bring that one over, and that is the cover of your chipboard for your book. And it is nice and neat and clean. So this is what I want to show you, why I'm very cautious about edging, put score tape or glue to the edge. I'm going to lift this one up and I'm going to show you. You see there, that is flat. It's flat with the chipboard. The corner there, it's all flat with the chipboard. So there's no gapping right around. It should be right around, no gapping, and then you know you're safe. There's no way that anything will lift. The same on your middle here, where your fold line is for your fold. It is flat. There is no folds. There's nothing. And when you fold it over your book, it's easy. It's very nice, and it will be holding it for so much longer. Now, what we can decide is to put our pages in. So we're ready for our pages. What we need, you need 4 pages, and the measurement for that is 8.5. That's 8.5 by 7 3/4. 4 of them. And then you're going to score at the 8.5 on the half side. I'm just going to grab my scoring board and let me show you. Put it in, and that's 8.5. I don't know if you can see it. On the 8.5, and I'm going to score at the half. And make sure it's nice butting up to this side and to the top, and then you will get a nice straight line. And what I'm doing, because my card is it's a cardstock, I'm just turning it over and make sure that it is nice, because this is a 250 gram and it's cardstock, so it's quite heavy, but it's very nice for your book, for your pages. And then we're just gonna fold and burnish on our score line. That is the 4 of our pages. The 5th page, this is going to be a shorter page, and we're going to put this in the middle. Well, we can decide where we want to put it. In the front, in the middle, at the back. And the measurements for this, that is 6.5. That's in the width, 6.5. And then the length is 7 3/4. And you score at the half. So you also butt it up and you score at the half. That is your 6.5. So your finished one will be 6. The flap here that you score, this is going into the book. Your second piece that you need 9 inches by 6 inches. On the 9th inch side, you're going to score 1/2 inch, turn it, and you score 1/2 inch again. Let me take that away. So, and then you, on your fold lines, you burnish it, and that side. So we are going to make a pocket, and it's going to come like that. That's going to go into the book, okay? And this is our pocket, a little bit away from your score line there. These flaps, I'm folding mine over. That's the measurement I gave you to fold this over. And then on this side we will put our pattern paper, and it's going to come up to like 1/8 of an inch. So we will cover that completely, and that's going to be a pocket page. You can skip this one if you don't want a pocket page and just do another page. Then you put your score tape on the side here, and you bring it down, and your score tape on that side, and you bring it down. We will do a notch in there, but we will do that with our pattern papers. And this is your 4 other pages. Let's bring our book. Let's do our score tape first. Let's do on all these flaps. So remember, it's going to go in the book like that. So when your flap is down like that, that's where you're going to do your score tape. And let me see, this one is going to be the best to use. So I'm just open it up and do my score tape like that. Now I've got a little bit of a hangover there, you can see that. Let me turn it, and you need just to cut that off. I'm just gonna cut that off. Okay, so let's do all our flaps. So let's work on our pocket page first. That goes into the book, and this comes over and over. If you don't want it over, you can put your score tape on the opposite side, and then you put it in like this. Make sure it is even with your edge of your page there, and this side as well. Then that is how your pocket page is going to look. Sometimes when you do, you put your pages or anything in there, you see this and hook onto it. Let me open it like that. So when you put it in on the corners, it hook onto it, gets stuck on there. Sometimes I do it, but then I make sure that my score tape is very much on the edge, and burnished it so well. This time I decided to go a little bit different, and we're going to go over it. So let's do the one side, and let's lift it. Let's go that way. Let's bring in our page. You know that's going to go there, and I'm just going to butt it up to my score line. Yes, I'm just gonna hold it. If you move, just start again. And this side, it will be fine. It will be fine. Now I can pull it all off and burnish it. And let's do this side. This side should be very easy now because it's in place already for you. I think I'm catching. Yes, I do. I'm over my score line here, and I'm just going to give it a little trim. It's about a hair. That's better. And let's, yes, that comes over better. And burnished it. Now, this pocket page, you can make this as long as you want. I've made this a little bit shorter than what our page is. That's our page. So I just for something different, that's why I've made it. You can make it as long as what your page is, and you can make it even shorter. Like if you don't want it this long, you can make it shorter if you want to. We will put glue there to close our pocket. What you also can decide before you put your page on, to glue in the middle, and then you've got two different ones, two different pockets. That's up to you, what you would like to do. Now I am going to put a strip of glue just to close the pocket, and I'm just going to fold that over that I don't mess on it. If you want to do this before you do your page, you fold your flaps, you can, if you can work it out, you can do that if you want to. So let's bring this down. And I will pick up my extra glue. This band folder is so nice. It's definitely my best friend in my craft room. And I can pick it up. Okay, and I'm gonna put this aside so it can get dry. And I'm just gonna, there's some more coming out. I think I'm fine, and that's going aside. I'm just gonna clean my table. Okay, let's put in our pages. You decided which side and how you want your album, the front. I think mine is going to be here. This is where that joint is, so I'm going to have that towards the back. Now, this is very easy to put these ones in. And I'm just going to grab one. So what you do is you measure just a little bit away from your fold line, from your book. So this is what I normally do. I butt it up, and I know that's going to be my line. It's going to moved it a little bit away. So what I mean is, when you've got that, you need to see that line. You need to see your fold line. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you do put it in, that will be fine. You'll be safe. And that is where we are going to put it. But now I am just going to make a pencil mark here. Just a dot. That's where my first page is going to go in. And let's lift this up. Now, not the whole one, just a little bit. If you're brave enough, you can do that. I cannot. So I need to lift this side for me. So where my pencil mark is there, that's where I'm going to put it. It's a little bit too much there. Just, that's it. It's just, if I have to move it, I've got time to do it. Let it lie. Take time with your first one, because all the other ones is going to follow this one. So that's why take a little bit time with your first one. And I think I'm straight with this line here. And let's press it. It's in. Hold. And press it down. And that's it. Okay, so that looks good. Let's do the next one. This one we're gonna butt up to this one here. Okay, we're gonna butt up straight up to there, very close, and that should be really easy to do. Like I said, butt up like that. Really butt. So I make sure that I'm in line with, you can't see, I'm in line with this one here, with my first one. I moved and I'm in line there at the top and pressed it down. So when you fold it over, you should be in like a square, in line with it. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, line it up, make sure it's even, it's straight. A little bit more, that's it. You can see how much I've got, and I think I moved, yes, that's it, and we can take it off. And that's it. Now, that's 3 pages. I will do the pocket page in the middle. I think that's what I am going to do. Let me grab my pocket page. And that is, let me bring this over. That's going to be my pocket page. And I am, yes, I'm thinking I was thinking of putting it in the back, the last page, for the last page, to be a shorter one, or shall I do? No, let's do the middle. Let's do the middle. I'm just going to lift it a little bit. Now I'm going to butt it up to that one there. So this flap is facing this one here. So I'm going to let them, I hope you can see, it is so much black on black. Just make sure that you are straight. I think I'm fine. I think I'm straight. Let me move it a little bit. You see what I mean? Not taking the whole thing, the whole backing off. This is what I mean. It's in. Okay, that's fine. I think that will be perfect. Then we can do our last two ones. Now what you can do, if you want to, butt it up, or you can turn it so that it's going this way. But I think I'm going to stay with this and butting it up to that one there. I've got enough space here. I'm going to leave a little bit. Yes, what I can also do is, let's do this. Is much easier, I think. Let's do this way. Let's even it, level it, and bring it over to our page, and make sure that we are even with our other pages. And now let's take this off. Fold it in. I'm level, I'm even. I did move, lift it up. That's it. Just holding it down. And now we can do the last one. So you also can decide which way. I'm going to do it this way. I think I'll be all right doing it this way, and make sure I'm even. So all our pages are in and we are ready to decorate that paper on it and do our waterfalls. So this album is just going to be waterfalls. Every page will be a waterfall page, and then we've got our pocket page in the middle. I hope you had fun with this and you follow with me, and I'm quite happy the way it turns out so far, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for spending your time with me again.